one piece of coaching news that happened yesterday set off my spidey sense where something just doesn't add up. Look, when you interview as a head coach in this league, it is a process, okay? It's a and if you interview multiple times, I can't imagine. Like, you're going through the same thing, you're saying the same lines, over and over again. And if you're interviewing with the Denver Broncos for the second straight year, you're kind of glad that there's a new ownership group because they haven't heard your stuff yet. I always think when coaches use their lines, like the end of Officer and a Gentleman, when Louis Gossett Jr. is using the same lines with just different recruits, right?
Yep.
It's a process. You got PowerPoints, you got Zooms. And if you're a coach who's interviewing for head coaching jobs when you're still coaching for a team that's in the playoffs, I mean, you got to find a window. You can't just say, oh, yeah, I'm available when you need me. No. You got to tell them I'm available here. So clearly you're interested in the job if you're taking the time out of preparing for a playoff game as a coordinator to be a head coach. And if you've done it 2 years in a row, you clearly want to be a head coach in this league. Certainly if you've previously been a head coach in this league, taking a team to a Super Bowl. You've got that taste in your mouth. Certainly if you've lost it, that's all I keep hearing about my coach at Michigan. Oh, my gosh, he's got that resume that he needs to have, filled with a Super Bowl ring because he didn't get one when he was with the Niners and Jim Harbaugh. That's why he just can't focus on being a Michigan coach with that Super Bowl still out there. So what about Dan Quinn? Does he not want one? Is an HC? The situation's not right again for him in Denver? Situation's not right for him wherever he interviewed? For him to go back to Dallas, as he announced yesterday, because there's unfinished business as a defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. Now, last year, I was like, okay, so he just wasn't into these other opportunities and he pulled back. And if you recall, we had Mike McCarthy on this program after Quinn stayed. Mm-hmm. Then after everything played out with that, and after a story appeared on DallasCowboys.com with a quote from Jerry Jones saying, coordinators like to stay with us because they all know in the history of me owning this team, they've got a shot at the real job, at the HC. And everyone's like, huh. So does that mean Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat? No. That does not mean that at all. And McCarthy even came on here and said he had to have a conversation with Jerry Jones about that and with Dan Quinn saying, come back. I'm cool with it. With the speculation being that you're sticking around for my job, since Jerry Jones pointed out that is a blueprint that is in the mind's eye of the assistants who stay. I mean, these are all facts uttered by the owner and placed on the internet by the team's own website. So for the second straight year, Dan Quinn sticking around?
Why not?
Come on. So he wants to see it through with Tank Lawrence? Rick, come on, man.
Being a head coach, there's so much more responsibility.
Dude, he interviewed for the second straight year. He went through the circuit for the second straight year. And he took time out for the second straight, for this time around, out of preparing for the 49ers he's interviewing because he was just dipping his toe in the pool again. My spidey sense is going crazy about this one. Why? Because something is up in Dallas. You know it, and I know it.
Look, man,
he's
got a great gig. Maybe he's happy where he's at. He's enjoying what he's doing.
Come on, man. He said he doesn't want to be a head coach in the NFL again. For 2 straight years, he's now checked it all out. And
so what do you think he's being blackmailed? Like Jerry's got pictures or something?
No, because he gets a sense he could be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. That's why. And I don't know if he's gotten that sense from I don't know what. I don't have an answer for that. But I'm just telling you what everybody's thinking. My texts are blowing up. Why is he staying for a second straight year? to be a defensive coordinator when he used to be an HC, took a team to the Super Bowl, was up 28-3 in it. This is a damn good coach who, by the way, you should celebrate. You should be a Cowboy fan saying, why shouldn't he stay? I'm not saying you shouldn't celebrate. You got
and by no stretch of me, I don't think any Cowboy fans going, why is he staying? Like, we're all happy he's staying.
Of course not. You don't. Why would you sit there and think, why is he staying?
I didn't want the guy to go.
The 31 other teams are going, I think I know why he's staying. And certainly those who offered him the opportunity to interview for their head coaching job, and then before it all is up, he's like, yeah, I'm staying put. I mean, there's still jobs open. Now he can get the sense he's not in the running for those gigs, and he's pulling back before he doesn't get them, and he's beating everyone to the punch, so he still has that feel about him as being wanted elsewhere. That could be it too. But man, I just laid out for you how it all was set up last year. And McCarthy did do a good job this year, losing a tackle on the line, losing his quarterback for 5 games. He did a really good job. But why is Dan Quinn sticking around there? My spidey sense is going off. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Peter Parker.
It's just going off like haywire. It's going crazy. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.